Hey everybody, Mike Pfeiffer again, Pfeiffer Hobby Supply. You know the routine. Today I'm going to give you update 114 and show you what I've gotten done. Pretty happy with what I've been doing, and I'll piece this together out of all the videos I've taken along the way here since 113, and some of it may be a little repetitious, but I hope you enjoy it nevertheless. And also, gang, please remember to click on some of our advertisers that come on here. As I said in a previous video, it helps me make a little bit of cash off of it, even if you don't buy anything, even if you don't do anything. It just helps me out, and I would certainly appreciate it. Let's get on with this. Okay, today I got this track tied in. I got the bracing glued up under. Got bracing glued up under this section. I don't know about the incline right here, if it's right yet. I believe it is. I think I checked it because I did hot glue it down there. It just happened to be at the right height. I angle cut foam out there. Got to cut wood out to keep on going down. Not a big deal. We kind of knew all of that, so that's humming along. I guess the biggest news this morning was that I got that piece cut, this blue foam piece cut back here. I hot glued it in place, and I put Woodland Scenics pins in it to hold it where I needed it to be. Ooh, sorry to move you around. Hey, let me get the pins out of there. So that track is on that piece. Now, the next move is to go down there and start cutting the foam out from underneath. And I'm going to probably start tackling that this afternoon so I can get the incline proper from that, well, that point where it's at the top, pardon me, the top of the 2-inch foam, 25 inches down, lowering 3/4. So I'm gonna go underneath, see if I can cut some foam and continue on here. Also, I'm using this kind of as a little table here right now, but all of this pink foam that you see from here over to there will be cut out so that I can reach up in there after the fact and recover any derailed trains and so forth. You can see that I've done a little bit of that here, but I'm going to do a little bit more, and then I'm going to angle cut down in that way. And I may cut some off the edge of this board because I have a stringer underneath the track down there. You can see that with the stringer even that it really firms up the 1-inch foam. And you saw how I put the stringers in down on the other end. So for today, or at least for right now, that's it, and I'll record more when I do more. Okay, gang, I was too lazy to go to my toolbox, so I just happened to have the stuff in here and made me a new tool. This is just a cheap plumb bob, and I made it to see if it's going to clear my foam. So I've been cutting the foam back to make sure that it's going to clear there, make sure the fascia is going to clear, and it looks like it will. I don't know if that's going to be too close to the back side of the fascia, but if it is, what we're going to do is we'll put some shims, some paper shims in here, and we'll shim. Actually, we'll just shim this one corner out a little bit and do what we have to do from there to make it work. And if I have to, I'll cut a new piece of fascia. But anyway, plumb bob. Okay, this is the kind of mess I got. But let me show you here what I've been doing for the last few minutes. I have been angular cutting my foam up there so that when except for that piece, I didn't get to that piece yet, but so that if I have a derailment up there and I have scenery over the top of it, I can get to that. Now you can see I have a chunk cut out of this hole over here, and obviously there'll be pink foam cut out of that hole over there that I can get under here and reach up there and grab cars if need be. I did the same thing way down there you can see that I have space, but obviously I missed this right here, so I got to get that. But anyway, this is the kind of mess it makes, and I have this box here full of trash, but I'm not very good at throwing it in there. So I think I'm going to have to take a break and throw some trash away. Okay, so I got this piece of track soldered in, I got this leveled up, put a little bit of foam bracing under there, have not put any underneath here, have cut a piece going all the way down there, and we'll see where I need to go when I get there. What I have is I have a bunch of wires coming through right there, and I may have to figure out how to notch that and then double up that board on the back. I don't know exactly how we're going to accomplish that, but we'll get through there. And once we're through there, it's pretty clean sailing all the way around. All I got is the lightning and thunder speaker, which I can take down. I'll move it temporarily, and then we're pretty good all the way around and all the way down. Sorry to yell in your ear. Anyway, all the way down, and I can cut through any of those boards there without any problem. The layout's pretty much self-supporting, the way it's anchored to the wall and got 1x across. In fact, on the old layout, that's the original 1x4, and I had to cut out a hole there for the track to get through. We're not going to be at that level at this point, because that used to go to the right of where you're looking right now, to the helix, and then up the helix and to where the lake used to be, or lake was, is on the current layout. It used to be a mountain. Anyways, I could cut through any of that stuff over there and then start the decline. The shelf is, down here, is approximately level with the bottom of this 1x right here. So once I get through here and get these tracks down as much as I can get them over here, I can go down from the top of that 1x somewhere over there, anywhere. So this thing keeps fading in and out of, it doesn't like, apparently like focus. Nevertheless, that's the story. The second story is, after cutting these boards with my Dremel, it made quite a mess in here, and I had a lot of foam that I cut in here. So what I did is the two plastic cabinets that were in the corner, they have moved over here along with my Mustang stuff. And these chairs, I can move these chairs completely out of here and move this stuff down if need be. My cabinet full of books, that's a bitch to move. But I got it out of the way so that I can start down here. My box of foam is getting full. I'm going to have to dump it into the recycle, I think, and then come and start it again. I'm not sure. Anyway, I went to Lowe's today to get 1x4 to make the decline all the way down to the other end, way down there, and realized that every tree that they cut wood from must be a circular tree, and the foam, the 1-inch foam, is plenty rigid, especially once I put a stringer underneath it. So likely I'm going to use 1-inch foam. It's just so much easier to use the foam all the way down to the other end, so I decided to stick with foam. And I have 2 sheets of it so already. So no 1x4 wood is going in. It's all going to be foam down to the shelf. So that's about it for right now. One thing I can tell you, as long as I'm down here on my knees suffering, you can see the level of the shelf here is almost even with the bottom of this. Okay, so if I come off the shelf here with a loop, that loop can be down almost even with this, and all I have to do is cut a notch up into this to get around and get back. Structurally, it won't really, like I said, once the layout's built and nobody's leaning on it or anything. Everybody gets all hung up on structural integrity of underneath the layout. This layout's not moving unless there's an earthquake, so it'll be good to cut. It'll be okay to cut these, and it'll probably leave about an inch up here on the top anyway, and it doesn't look like I'll have to move any of the DS64s, and I'll be able to get back on. I mean, it's looking like it's coming together. So with all that said, cleaned up all the floor, picked up all the cut foam, all my pieces of wood and stuff I might use down here. This light box has got a bunch of pieces of foam core board and cardboard that I cut for spacers when I start gluing track down underneath over there, or anywhere actually. But you can see how it's going. And anyway, that's it for right now. Today's chore is to get on my knee pads, get some light underneath back there in the back, and start getting rid of pink foam back there where I don't need it, so that I can bring the rear track back there. The rear track back there down along the wall, as I said. Okay, just thought I'd show this. This is my Dremel Multimax tool. It's basically a vibratory cutter. We bought it when we did tile in the inside the house to cut underneath baseboards and so forth. Anyway, it's the handiest tool I've ever purchased. I'm currently using this blade here, which is a carbide all-purpose blade, but you can see that it's pretty fine teeth. Yesterday I cut through a screw with it, no problem. It still cuts wood good, but it's very slow because of the small teeth. So I went to Lowe's today and I got these fast wood cutting bits by DeWalt. I got 3 of them. They're expensive, but I'm hoping to speed up the process of cutting through. Let me see if I can get cutting through the wood. You can see that they kind of have offset teeth. Anyway, we're going to see if that speeds up cutting through the wood. I only have to cut through it in a few places, but I just wanted to try the blade on this tool. The tool works so darn good, I might as well get a right blade. Okay. Well, I'm a tiny bit disappointed. Not a whole lot yet. But my incline back there isn't going down as quickly as I had anticipated. So I'm not sure how much elevation I'll gain by the time I get down here to the other end, which means that I may have to adjust the height of this shelf, but that's okay. I kind of had that in mind. But you can see here that I've been making a mess. I was going to use a more stringent term, but this has been a pain in the neck, for lack of a better word. Let me go under here. Okay, well, right there at the speaker is where the foam on top ended, and you can see I have the decline or incline, whichever you want to look at, coming around over to here. And I have plenty of clearance up to the foam there because I cut it out. I got a little piece of foam holding it over there, stabilizing it. But let me swing around here. Okay, I have no idea what the grade is here. I just have that piece of foam propped up there, and you can see that by far I do not have enough clearance there. So when I get that 2 grade, I'll probably have to cut some of that foam out, keep cutting wood and foam out until I get down far enough to be under the wood. And that is going to take me probably halfway down there to get that far. So anyway, as you can see, this is kind of just draping there. The Dremel saw actually works pretty good to cut these notches. I have no problem cutting all the way through this stringer because it's sitting on 2 different pieces of wood, and it's supported also by the foam. So the foam, the basic 8-foot sheet of foam is glued to that stringer, and the stringer literally does not support anything now. It basically just held the foam in place while I was doing the work on the layout. But anyway, we'll see how much of that we got to wind up cutting out and play it by ear. But I wish it was a little more, I could get a little more incline on it than that, but we'll see what happens. Okay, it's kind of hard to see. I don't know if the camera doesn't even want to focus. It's kind of hard to see, but when that bubble on that level is touching the right-hand line, we're at about 2.5%. So you can see I'll have to cut all the way through that stringer to get up to the foam. I do not know if I have enough clearance over there, but that's about the grade I need right there. Okay, today is Saturday. I moved some tools back, and these are the tools that I have commonly been using. And up there is the progress I've made around that corner, and where you see the level telling me that my grade is, oops, that you see telling me the grade is correct. When I got to that curve right there, and I get to this long straight, I'm finding out, well, I already knew, but I was being stupid. But I'm finding out that the foam is just too floppy to get an accurate grade. I need something a little more rigid, so I'm going to be doing wood from there down to the end. I would need to go get that at Lowe's. I'll have to dip into my entire retirement to buy a couple of 1-bys. This track over here is where I need to work now. And I've shown you before, but I gotta figure out how to get this track or this foam here through there, and then I've got to bring it around, cut the wood, bring it around to where it'll match up with the other track there. So you can see that it's already down at some level here, and I don't think I'm gonna take it any lower than that. This actually needs to go up a little bit, but I'm not gonna take it any lower than that, so that I can just cut through these 1-bys over here without cutting all the way through. And then when I get over here, I'm going to make those two levels match. And where they match, I'm going to double up the stringer wood stringer I'm going to put under there. Then I'm going to lay the wood on that and level that up with the foam, 2 pieces of foam. That's the game plan. And as you can see here, I had to start cleaning up, or did clean up my foam mess. And if I turn around, well, you can't see it. Anyway, out there in the garage is my foam box that I had all my junk foam in. It was completely full to the top. I had to take it out to the recycle bin. So the outside track is done basically to that point. Now I've got to get this track done underneath here and over to that same point. So both of those, sorry about that, stupid fingers don't work right with the brain. Anyway, so that I can get those two level there, so that I can start the wood there and go downhill. And once I get over in here somewhere, I can quit cutting the foam. In fact, I can probably quit cutting the foam pretty soon. Oops. So anyway, that's where we're at. And let me swing back here. I just noticed something that just brought back memories. I don't know if you guys remember the first ACT that was in here. That wood over there is painted blue because there used to be a piece of shower door glass that slid back so I could get in there. And you could see through the shower glass, the ripple shower glass, which was the lake top. And I had to paint that blue so that it looked, the water, excuse me, looked blue. Anyway, keeping on, keeping on. Okay, as you guys may be able to see, I have the track sitting on some plywood. And that plywood is just temporarily up there, and it goes around and it will tie in next to the other track over there. Now, the only problem I have yet here is that I don't have enough clearance, so I'm going to have to wallow out foam again. Not too big of a problem. I'll get there. But when I was over here, I was fortunate enough to wallow out most of the foam by the time I get to this point. So, that being said, I have the track is up there and connected, and that half of the track that's on that side and this half of the track that's on this side, pardon me, on this side is soldered together, and there is a joint just before it gets to that splice, just on the right hand side of that splice. So, that being said, I am happy that I'm getting from A to B and B to A and both of them to C. So, not very exciting, but I think I'm going to wrap this up and do a video if I get home in time tonight. We're going out to eat. Okay, everybody, hope you enjoyed 114, and I'm a very messy person, so I don't have a lot of room to move around in here, so you'll see me at a lot of, well, you always see me at a lot of the same spots. But anyway, certainly appreciate you guys clicking on any of the advertising, and as usual, thanks for watching.